Hello, bye everybody. This is Teddy, and wanted to. I have some allergies on these eyes, so uh, I got some. I've been bitten up by some bugs or whatever. That's enough about me. Um, it is 150 years since Baha'u'llah's declaration, and I wanted to make this video as a teaching sort of idea, so maybe an interesting introduction for my friends who might want to know what this whole thing is about that I have fallen in love with. Yeah, so I'll just do a little video because people listen to YouTube. But this is called Gate of the Heart, Understanding the Writings of the Bab by Nader Sayyedi. And I had a good friend of mine lent me this PDF, so it might be a little out of the copyright world's interests, but anyway, this is part of a series featuring the study of the sacred texts of the Baha'i faith. And the Baha'i studies are encompass the application of Baha'i teachings to the contemporary needs of humanity. And these editors, Annie Furlong, Wendy Heller. But I'll just, this is for understanding the writings of the Bab. And it begins like this introduction. This just gives you an idea. I'll be reading this, I think, aloud. Short chronological list of the Bab's writings, but I found that so much was put into perspective. But the preface, this book is an introduction to the vast ocean of the writings of the Bab, the young and charismatic Persian prophet and forerunner of the Baha'i religion. I spent my undergraduate years in the Bab's birthplace, the city of Shiraz, which I'll just go back. That's what the cover is. At least this is where the Bab lived, and this is where this house was destroyed. This living space, this holy space. And he says, where I studied at Pahlavi University. Memorable occasional visits to the House of the Bab, which was demolished in 1979 by the Iranian Revolutionary Guards, were the ultimate inspiration of my future work on the Bab's writings. During the years, one of my best friends was my fellow student, Bahram Yaldai. Being the same age, we took many of the same courses, and I always sat beside him. He was the most selfless, gentle, quiet, and peaceful person I have ever met. Years later, I received the shocking news that Bahram, together with his kind and brave mother, had been put to death by the Islamic regime simply because they refused to recant their faith as Baha'is and renounce their right to freedom of conscience, their rights to be human. The same fanatical and intolerant culture that had executed the Bab in 1850 was continuing to kill the Bab's spiritual heirs, the Baha'is, at the end of the 20th century. So my actual research on the writings of the Bab began a decade ago when a dear friend gave me a most precious gift. It was a copy of the Persian Bayan, the most important of the Bab's works. When I opened it, I recognized instantly the name of the book's previous owner, written in his own handwriting on the first page. It was my martyred friend, Bahram. The one who gave me this gift was unaware that Bahram and I had been friends in our undergraduate years in Iran. It was in this mysterious context that I began to read again the Persian Bayan, while remembering my friendship with Bahram in Shiraz. I became entranced by the Bab's creativity, and I could not stop studying the works that flowed from his prolific pen. Thus began a journey of exploration that has culminated in this book, though through it I hope to share some of the vibrant and creative experience that I have had in studying the works of the Bab. Even so, it is only a beginning and an invitation to further study and research. Many people have contributed in various ways to the realization of this book, and although it is impossible to mention them all, I am grateful to everyone. And this is a list of wonderful people that helps get it all gone and done. So that's just I'll be voice recording the rest. The introduction is good, and it really puts a lot into context. I think maybe I'll just do a short set of them and start with this and then the introduction to the book, because it really puts a lot into perspective, such as like people's question as to why Islam has not had a Reformation movement, and in terms of quote modernizing the ecclesiastical tradition, so that it doesn't, I don't know, but it helps us understand the context of the Baha'is, because the Bab and Baha'u'llah are essentially like revolutionaries of Islam, of the faith of Islam, much like Christ was a revolutionary of the faith of Judaism, and then they become distinct over time. So this just gives you an understanding of what the Baha'i faith is. But take care. Have fun.